Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Cone Dodger here, and welcome back to Automation in the Lite campaign, playing as the Vector Automotive Company, and we have just made ourselves quite the fantastic stack of mistakes in the last episode. The economy of this fictional global world has basically done exactly what we didn't want to happen. Oh, that's every time I see that, I just get a little sick to my stomach. That's really, really bad. It could not have gone worse for us. Well, correction, it could continue to get worse. That's not impossible either. What I expected was one of these dealies, like a little bit of a dive, not the end of the world global market crash that we're currently experiencing. The good news is, at least we didn't start manufacturing a brand new supercar to try and sell in this time. Oh, wait, that's exactly what we did. We have designed ourselves the Vector X2, which is nearing the end of its engineering run. Will be in production in a few months. And as of right now, the current demand versus production is 0.11 to 1. So we would be producing what 90% too many of these. I don't even know how to express the numbers of that, but we would be making way too many. None of these things would sell. Our current markup is 250%. That's quite high. We could reduce that to try and sell a few more of them. 200%. That's more doable. We're at least up to 0.19. That's better. We could reduce the amount here too, just make less of them. That would help. We could reduce the price in Fruinia and try and sell some there, because this is an even smaller market and I think an even worse economy overall as how it's going right now. So we could do that. We could continue to reduce the price on this, but I'm not going to do that. I am thinking in 1992 we're at the bottom, so for 1993 it should start to come back up. So I think the demand is going to increase as we go. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm not going to start a new car right now, but in 1993, yes, we have to do something. We've already burnt through half our budget. I can tell you right now, the Vector X2 ain't going to do it. It's not going to turn the company around for us. All we can do is hope that it helps our prestige a little bit. It helps our awareness again, so that we can do something else. One thing I do want to look at, I want to touch on, just to give it a look, is the QA threshold. Okay, yes. I'm also going to increase that a lot. Not only will that make less vehicles, but that should make them more reliable, and we definitely want this thing to be more reliable as the production goes here. Alright, well, let's do it. It's going to be another 9 months before we start to make any, but right at the end of the year, we should get a view of how it's selling and what the market is doing, so that'll be important to note. There we go. Production has begun. Oh, we sold a bunch. Yeah, they're selling pretty well. I mean, a bunch in relative terms, but right those last 3 months of the year, we did actually sell 104 cars. Which is weird because that says we sold 132 cars. I don't know why those numbers don't match. I'm going to pretend that I don't see that. Economy? Oh, it's going up. There is a upward trend. This is not going to work out. This is not going to be a car that's profitable, but we may be able to survive this. This is not completely out of the realm of possibility right now. Market awareness. Oh no, this is just the market size. It's increasing again, so that's good. Awareness, again, increasing again, so that's a good sign. Sales, we're doing good in the categories this car is targeted at. We're selling like all of the hypercars available to the world, and doing really good in GT Premium and Luxury Premium. Doing pretty good in Super. So yeah, that's a good thing. I like the way this is looking. I would actually really love for the next car to have this tech, but it doesn't seem like we're quite there yet. It's at 0.99. It's so close. Is it worth spending another what, 12, $24 million a year to try and get these to bump up? Possibly, but somewhat unlikely, to be honest. All right, I have a decision to make here. Do I start right now? Do I begin making the new car right at this moment? I think I do, because it could be as long as 4 to 6 years again. Now, the car I'm going to produce is totally different. This is a 100% reactionary based car. I see what has happened to the economy, and I know basically what's about to happen. It's going to start to upswing again, but it's going to take years to get back up to that full strength again for the luxury and premium markets. Many years. Budget's going to continue to stay strong for at least a decade. So what we're probably facing doing here, many many people in this situation would be like, make a budget car, make, a little hot hatch. That's not us, and that's not the size of our factories. But what I want to try and do is make a budget supercar, which sounds stupid. That's like two words that should never go together. But here's my vision. here's what I see. I see a Vector, like the real life Vector, like, M12 supercar Viper, or not Viper. I like Vipers, what can I say? It's on my mind. A supercar manufacturer and like a Toyota MR2. Those two joined together. Can that happen? Can we make a $12,000 car in our own way, in our own like lower production supercar-esque, ridiculous styled, or just crazy engined way? But it's got to be cheap. Like, we can't be super high tech because it's got to be cheap. So this will be weird. That's all I can say, is this will be weird. Average reliability of the competitors of the globe is 61, so that's a number worth noting. Average prestige is 28, also a number worth noting, so I'm going to do that. Got $2 billion to play with. In the last 10 years, it would be a coupe. I would like for it to be rear-engined, or mid-engined, one or the other. But front-engined isn't the worst possibility either. What do we have in mid-engine? We have this guy. That's a good-looking car. Good-looking body. It's very exotic. And this one, no, that's too exotic. Practicality-wise, this is not going to be very good, which is probably not great for the budget market, because, well, it's the budget market. Like, if we make this as our car and we try to sell it to everybody, it's gotta, serve multiple purposes. Okay. I think that's pretty much our only choice. The rest of the front engine coupes, they don't fit my needs, man. They're not what I'm really looking for. This totally not a Camaro body was the closest of the ones that's front engined, but again, it's just not my vision. It's not what I see as the vehicle I have in mind. So let's do this little guy here, and let's just see how cheap we can make it. Monocoque steel, those are familiar to us. Transverse engineering time very high. See, that's we want the engineering time to be as low as possible, and it's this mid-engine setup that's really probably costing us so much in the engineering mindset. It's also high in production units, so it costs more. Transverse is less. It's the lesser of the two. I don't understand why this chassis can't use McPherson strut up front. That seems real weird to me. But you only have double wishbone. In the rear you can do strut, but not the front. Very strange. But we're going to go strut in the rear because we need to save as much money as possible. It's a super weird setup, and I don't think any car has ever had that. But it's what we're doing because we need to. Fiberglass is our familiar thing, and engineering time is actually pretty average on that. Cost isn't too bad either. I don't think. Yeah, it's low. Let's do that. All right, there we go. 93 going in production, probably 97-ish. I think the looks-wise should be good. I think that's a modern enough design that will stick for our engineering time, so that's pretty good. I like that. And moving on. What about in like a darker red? Oh yeah, that's much better. And I think it'll look pretty good once we get regular wheels on there. The taillights might need a little adjusting. Not sure I like the angle of those. Maybe a little bit larger? A little bit towards the corners. There we go. That's better. Oh, I know there's that one guy out there who's going to say, hey, you didn't put indicators on the side. That's illegal. There you go. There's an indicator on the side. Just as afterthought as they usually are. All right, it's going to be rear-wheel drive so we can keep the engineering time down as much as possible. And we're going to call this they've been the X, but this is going to be the XSC because it's going to be the Sport Coupe. And we'll call it the Tangent since it's, you know, in line with our themes, but it's on a different tangent than our normal hypercars. All right, here comes the tough part. The cheapest, coolest engine I can possibly make. Our previous engines have been V8s. V8 cross planes with aluminum and aluminum. Overhead cams, yep, that's been our usual. That's probably already too expensive, I bet. So, what about material cost for V6 is half, and the production units go down. Interesting. Versus an inline 4. Inline 4, 159 and 2.5. Thematically, I like the inline 4 because in my mind, here's what we're doing. We're taking our existing V8, chopping it in half. Not something that is out of reality either. Like, that has happened. And manufacturers have done this over time, many a times. So let's do that. And we're familiar with, I think, the 3-valve setup there, so we'll keep it that. Are we familiar with dual red cam? We are. High engineering time, average, or low engineering time. No, we'll stick with this. That's the ticket there. I think our existing engine was a 2-point something. I can't remember what it was. Half V8. There we go. We're just trying to save our company, people. That's all we're trying to do here. And who knows, we might stumble upon something cool. We could do cast, or we could do hyper-eutectic cast. We're familiar with that, so it should cost less, I think. Less? Less. Just less. Just cost less. We shouldn't have to do anything crazy with quality either. Let's do an aggressive cam profile. We won't do VVT because we haven't really got the money to spend on that. NA for now. Again, we don't have the money to spend on that. It's gonna be like 97, so it's gotta be at least single point injected. Really should be multi-point, but engineering time high versus very high. Let's try that and see how it goes as far as money. We'll run it on premium. Should we run it on premium? Should we run it on regular? Let's run it on premium. We'll richen it up because I don't think the MPGs are too important right now. We'll try 6,500 RPM limit. I don't know, it's been a while since I've designed this kind of 4-banger. So I'm not 100% sure. Tubular, doesn't cost very much to do that. That should be good. 219. 3-way cat. No muffler. Game, did you crash? No, you didn't. Okay, straight through. There we go. First build is... Oh, new sounds. It sounds loud. It sounds very exhausty. That's not a bad performing engine, actually. 159 horsepower. That's pretty good. Pretty sporty. I like the new sounds. The sounds are a little sharper, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Reliability 54. That's not bad. I think we can do better. Current fuel octane's 85. We can definitely do better there then. We can increase compression. Too much. So all the problems we've faced with this bottom end are RPM limit based. So if we reduce that to 6,200, we only lose like 2 horsepower. It's got a very flat top end power band wise, so that's good. And let's see, 60 reliability, that's a much better number. I think we can lose a little exhaust too. Yep, there we go. 165 horsepower, 151 foot-pounds of torque. It's actually not that bad of an engine. Obviously, I mean, I should be saying things like that. I'm the one building it, right? But no, I'm impressed with the numbers right now. That's pretty good. Material cost 983, less than 1,000. Production units 431. Engineering time 49. Oh yeah, this is what we should be doing right now. The economy is pretty terrible, 11.98, but we're also getting a ton of power out of this little 4-cylinder. Okay, let's see what we can do with 165 horsepower if we do the less is more build style here. So it's got to be super lightweight. Gearbox wise, probably keep it 5-speed because we're going to need the spacing in the gears to get this thing moving. But I don't want to go carried away with the money, so that's something we can return to need be. Let's make sure that second's doing 60. 205 and a 215, 16 should be enough wheel. And we'll make it like a big, thick 5-spoke design, something like that. Those look good, but Decision time. No, I think the 5-spoke fits the era better. Brakes. We have familiarity in solid and vented, but it's 1993. We gotta have vented. There's no way we can't have vented. But we shouldn't need very much brake. The rear can be solid. I think that's acceptable. But no, seriously, this thing should not need very much brakes at all. We'll do no under tray for now. We got plenty of cooling. And we want plenty of cooling because we want this thing to be reliable. Because not only do we want it to sell, we want it to fix our company's our reputation. We'll do standard interior. Basic cassette. It's a super light car. Does it really need power steering? Probably not. Not even ABS. Heck with ABS. Standard safety, we may jump down to basic. Possibly. We'll see what the money situation's looking like. Twin tube, passive. Holy understeer, Batman. Wow. I don't like the way that's looking so far. Track budget and track. It's not really where we want to be, guys. We'll see. Maybe once it's not a death machine, it'll improve in other categories. Tell you what, this thing's a death machine. It currently wants to do nothing but oversteer, so let's put a little bit more stagger in it. I have a tire left, so we'll do that. That should help. Well, it hasn't helped yet, but it should help. 2 steps of stagger, maybe? Not yet. It's still an oversteering mess. Jeebus! What is going on with this thing? Is there weird stuff going on with the arrow, maybe? Perhaps. Downforce is locked. I put wings front and rear. Oh, that's downforce filling tray. I always get that mixed up. Okay, all right. So we only want rear downforce basically, and we don't want front downforce at all. Can confirm this car will still kill you and kill you dead. Why is this car so oversteery? Oh my god, it's way worse than the one with the V8 in the back. I did put transverse, right? Not longitudinal. Oh man, I feel like I need to look. Make sure. No, it's transverse. It's just it's a killer right now. I wonder if it has to do with the McPherson strut in the rear that's doing it. We can still change that here, so let's try the double wishbone in the back and see if this thing comes around at all. We're missing the chart, guys. We're missing a chart, guys. I really need the other chart. Guys. What's going on? Do I need to go back to the engine? Now the engine's too big to fit, that's why. So the strut's actually super important in the rear. Got myself backed against the wall now, don't I? Oh, great. There is something truly bizarre going on with this car. I have put two 65s in the rear and a 3-degree camber set up in the back, and it is still oversteering. What is going on right now? I am confused. It's gotta be the struts. It's the only thing I can figure it is. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I just don't know what else it could be. So let's put double wishbone on it, which means we're gonna have to shrink the engine down for sure, because it won't fit anymore. Well, it says it fits. We'll see. No, yeah, it's not fitting. Yep, too big. Okay, there it goes. So we'll have to decrease the bore of it down till it fits. I need an adult. I need an explanation as to why this car is doing this right now. And as of the moment, I just can't think of one. Default, it's actually better just because it instantly gets loose instead of like understeer loose. But it's still not great. Oh. What the hell was that? Like, I have no idea. I think maybe what I did is I didn't hit one of the presets first, and the springs were backwards. But now I have done so much crazy shit to this car to try and get it to not kill you that it's going to take me a moment to get it back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Put down the keyboard. I saw it in editing. I had the springs backwards the whole time. My bad. You can put the keyboard back. You don't have to make the angry comment. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And now it's doing it again. I need an adult. What is going on with this car? Alright. Back to the double wishbone on the back. And back to the suspension. No. Went too far. Went way too far. Alright. Sport. And then I went like 2 clicks. Okay. This exact setup is the only way it will not oversteer. If I touch anything else in here, I bet you it'll go right back to how it was. And like, I would love to put bigger front tires on it again. A 205-265 split is less than ideal. But no, it will just murder your face off if you do that. Or that. There is no options here. This is what we have. This is what we have to deal with. Is this car sellable now? It's 2,000 pounds. It's a Lite. It's what I wanted. It's only costing $6,700 to produce. That's good. 8.10 to 60. That's in the vague territory of what I wanted, but the cornering G's are super high. It's slow. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's fast, but if we can sell it for cheap, then it could be a really cool car. Market-wise, okay, yeah, it's looking good, but what's it look like with 100% markup or so? It's a fainter green, but that green's only going to improve as the economy turns around for us. So I think we're still on to something here. I can't fully understand or explain the way it handles. I'm gonna make a sub model of it and see if there's anything else I could have done maybe with it. Alright, for a sportier option, I made a 176 horsepower like tuned out engine that is using super unleaded, and we'll put a performance intake on there, so that gets us up to like 178 horsepower. Did it actually increase it? It did. So that's certainly more performance oriented. And then the gearbox, we'll say a 5-speed, and we'll look at some of the other stuff. Now this is actually, I'll have to go back and look at the other car. I bet you I can take some rear wing off of that one as well. I would really, really like to be able to put larger front wheels or wider front tires on it, but you just can't. It's just an oversteering mess. This car, man, it's something else. Alright, I don't know what exactly the difference is between the two, but this one I've managed to get to be far superior in the handling department. There we go, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So this one is going to cost a little bit more. How much a little bit more? How much little? Not very much more at all, but it's just going to be a little less practical. But it is down to 7.60 to 60. I could probably actually improve that even more by fixing the gearing. Yeah, 6.5. Now that's a car right there, and still pretty affordable. So there will be two different models of this one, a more street-friendly one and a more track-friendly one, but they're very similar. So we'll see what that entails. This one's much happier in the track premium, even with 100% markup. So we can probably even like bump this one's markup up to like 150. So we can make more money off of these potentially, but produce less of them. So that'll be interesting moving forward. Engineering time. Okay, so far so good. 3 years, 3 months on that. 4 years on the engine. This seems doable. Let's crank that reliability up. We need to improve our company's reputation here. It's currently 3 years, 8 months on that. We want to increase that reliability as well, but we're going to have to really fund it. Oh, can't forget to hire myself. 3 years, 11 months. 9 months, 8 months, there we go. Matches. That's what we wanted. All right, and we do have two different engines in here now, so that will be different. Same for this. Now let's move forward. We're gonna use the same factories, assign and assign. Did I not assign? I thought I assigned. Can we not use the engine small? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's gonna be problems if we can't use this factory. There we go. There we go. I was just clicking wrong. There we go. We're all good there. So as of right now, 8.8 cars per day. This is all stuff that's really gonna have to be modified in the future. We're gonna make this QA threshold pretty high, like 70, to try and fix our reputation. Better overall quality, that's what I want. I assume the shifts are going to be lower. Engine as well. Well, let's match it to the car. Okay. Now let's match it to the car. Cool. Alright, so less of these engines, it looks like. And so that's the exponent and the tangent. I think it's going to be easier. Whoa. I was not meaning to do that. I don't know what I just clicked, but I did not mean to do it. Please don't crash, game. Okay, we're back to here. Let's move forward. Yeah, this is the screen I wanted to be at. So as of now, virtually nobody would be buying the exponent because of the markup, I assume. And people just prefer the other one. Interesting. It's an all-around better car, but yeah. You know what I think? I think the exponent in the future will come around as the economy hopefully comes around. So it's going to be like future-proofing our company. That's my anticipated result for that. Fruinia is really hurting, so we're going to sell the cars cheaper there, I think. If we sold them like 30% cheaper, we would sell a bunch of tangents there. And that's good. So let's do 20% on those. And we could potentially work these up even more to try and make a bit more profit. Let's try and sell a few of them. As of right now, 103 and 1.54, and we'd actually be selling a lot more in Fruinia, which is strange. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. This could all really change as the economy changes. As of right now, let's see, a break even of 2004. That's really good. Like, this car could actually break even. It has the potential. If the economy goes our way. Who knows? Let me adjust some things back on this screen. Like, what if we sold these at the regular 0% markup? Break even 2006. Huh. Yeah, so 2004 is pretty much what it's going to be, I think, at its best. And that's okay. That's not bad at all. I'm happy with that. And I want to see if this exponent comes around. I have a feeling as the economy improves, that car is going to sell much better. So we will see. I'm going to do it. I'm going to click start. So we, for the first time, have 2 cars in our pipeline, one being produced and one in engineering. That'll be out in 96, which is only 3-ish years away. We'll have to see how that goes. Well, let's at least play out another year and see how the X2 did, or is doing. Well, I tell you what, not bad. Not bad at all. It's actually really coming around. So let's see. It's 363 cars, it had a revenue of 31 million. We're losing money because we're spending money on the other car, but we actually still have a lot of money left. It's not as though this car cost a ton. We only have a couple of years left in its engineering, so we're not going to bankrupt ourselves on this one. Okay, pause. Cross your fingers. How's the economy looking? It's still on the way up. That's not bad. That's still encouraging to me. We had a long way to go, though. A long way to go before it's anywhere in the good range. Unfortunately, our other car is still costing us a little bit of reputation, but not nearly as bad. We're getting awareness. We're starting to see the green in like Hyper and GT Premium. Hey, there we go. We got ourselves the 1 point for the car that will be in the future because we just finished that other one. I probably should have just waited a year to engineer that, huh? That was a mistake. Oh, that's weird. 1? Oh, like 2001 and 2000. Okay, I gotcha. What is next in the pipeline? Direct injection, not for another few years, like a decade, really. Bypass valves. Nothing too crazy. Sequentials in 2000. Stability control in 97. Semi-active suspension next year. Okay, there's some things in the pipeline there. Not too exciting, though. All right, well, I think that's a good stopping point for today. What do you guys think? Is the tangent the right tangent? Is that the car that's going to save us in this struggling economy? Well, we'll just have to wait and see next time. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Someday I'm going to learn not to say that twice. Someday.